Okay, we are joined here by Messiah players Drew Hurst and Christian Foltz, along with head coach Phill Shallenberger. Coach, would you want to start us off with an opening statement, please?
Yeah, I mean, that was a great game. It's not too often you get to see two lefties on the mound at the same time. That's good the way they did. I mean, they got one more better swing than we did this game. That was just two really good outings by Foltz and their guy. I think we were talking about, I think it was the first time this offense has been shut out in over 2.5 years. And so for them to do that today, we had some really great swings, some good at-bats, and they just didn't go our way today. And I think that's part of this game, part of the game of baseball, that we get to come out and play for a bigger purpose. But I think what I was most proud of our guys is, even though we didn't come back in and score at all during the game, there was never a point where our team let the score dictate the way they played or competed, or even our bench stayed in it. I think that was the most fun for me. It was just getting to look down our bench and just watching them just like stay engaged the whole time through, even though we weren't really getting much going offensively. And I mean, Christian gave us a chance, right? Like, I think if he could have the first inning back, he would. But like, normally 3 runs gets the job done for us in our offense. And I think this is a great opportunity for us, a chance to hopefully get to play one more game than we may have won if we won the first 2. So maybe we get to play 3 games this weekend versus 2, and I think I'm just not ready to be done with these guys, but we get to come out tomorrow and enjoy that and understand that the perspective that we have is much greater than outcomes. We get to play this game with the perspective that our faith and who Jesus is in us, and that's where our identity is, and we get to come out and play free tomorrow and enjoy it, and appreciate the fact that they're kind of just like shut us down. I think that's part of the game of baseball, and getting to compete against a great team like Baldwin Wallace is really fun. I mean, I think we're gonna have hopefully 2 more exciting games coming up here.
Questions?
Yeah, Christian, you gave up the 3-run homer in the first, but really bounced back after that. Kind of talk about your mindset. You didn't have your best stuff in the first, but you still battled through it and dealt with it the rest of the start.
Yeah, so ironically enough, I think we were undefeated when the pitcher gave up leadoff or a first inning home run. And I remember Coach said that to me after the first inning. Yeah, so obviously it still sucked, but just trusting God and having that peace over me throughout the rest of those innings was huge. I mean, I still got a lot of tough spots, but was able to just breathe and get out of them. And yeah, I mean, that full trust in the offense. Obviously, we didn't score today. It just means we're due for tomorrow. So, yeah, I was able to fight through it and just trust in God and my teammates that we were going to prevail. But it didn't happen today. Hopefully, it will tomorrow.
Drew, we talked about the offense. Didn't produce any runs today. How do you bounce back from that? You know, we've had games this year where we haven't scored as much as usual. What's the mindset coming into tomorrow where you don't put too much pressure on yourself?
Yeah, I mean, you just got to tip the cap to their guy. He pitched pretty well, so hit his spots a lot, kept us off balance. And most of our good swings just ended up in a glove somewhere. So it's just a little unfortunate, but I mean, we still feel very confident in our offense and our swings. There's no other lineup that I trust more than ours. And just being able to bounce back and flush that, I honestly think that most of the guys have already flushed it, after the game. Just, disappointing loss, but remembering and being reminded, Phill and other guys on the team, and just reminding us of our main purpose and goal. I think we can kind of lose that sometimes when things don't really go our way. Just a little bit, and myself included, just a couple of big spots where you get out, just frustrated, but then just being reminded of our main purpose and why we are here. That's to show the love of Jesus to everybody at the field, on other team, all the fans and stuff. So being able to flush that is usually, I think we've done that so far, and just being able to come back tomorrow, just enjoying another day as a team just helps us usually play better. Not worrying about outcomes, just enjoying that time that we get to spend together. Could be our last weekend, or we could have more time, so being able to enjoy every second of it.
Coach or anybody, the idea right now is coming back and winning 2 games and having to do that. It's kind of a tall task to do, but have you been doing that all year, coming back, being down early in the game and then coming back, being down in a series and then coming back, or losing a couple of games and coming back, or, have you been in this position before and been able to handle it okay against a good program like Baldwin Wallace?
Yeah, I mean, we play a lot of doubleheaders throughout the season. I think every weekend we play doubleheaders. Honestly, I would say about 85 to 90% of them we've swept. And so,
Wow.
and including last weekend, losing game one of a regional is usually a death sentence, especially the regional that we came out of with the ODAC champion, who was one of the best conferences in the country. Getting to come out and just we took 2 from them to close it out after playing 3 games in 2 days, being like really low on our pitching. And I think what allows us to do that though is understanding that like we get to come out with this freedom. We get to play a game that the outcome doesn't dictate who we are. I think in a world that defines us by our successes, by our worldly successes, we can get caught up, just like Drew said, of like this game doesn't mean as much as people think it does. And like, let's be real, like we made it to the national championship game last year. As soon as that game was over, people are already talking about who the next champion is going to be. And so for us, like our guys, like you would have thought we won the national championship last year coming home because they just were grateful that they got to play till the last day they could. And the beauty about this group is we've been praying and talking about unity, what Jesus prays for, like let our unity display who God's character is. And like when I'm looking over in the 7th inning and one of our knucklehead pitchers, Nick Emig, is like conducting like claps like during one of the songs in between innings, it just is like they're finding joy no matter their circumstances. And that's really hard for us to do. That's really hard for us to do sometimes, including myself. But we get to show up tomorrow. Like we get another day, and
Right.
hopefully we get 2 games. Like I said, then it's just one pitch at a time. Like getting to show up and just trusting, like, hey, God's plans are greater than anything that we could ever write anyway. And whatever that is, we're going to be okay with it because He's sovereign and we trust Him in that. And like I said, we haven't been shut out in over 2.5 years, and we've seen guys that have got drafted or pitching Division I now, and for us to get shut out today. I don't really know how to explain it outside of just like, hey, there's a story, whatever that is, whether we get swept tomorrow or we come out and we play 2 great games. It's just a chance to get out here and show the love of Jesus and understand that we aren't defined by the outcome of the game. And it's just fun competing against a great team like Baldwin Wallace and just enjoying sharpening each other. Hopefully whoever moves on from this Super is sharpened because these are really good games.